Hello everyone, excuse the tweaker yelling in the background. I want to make this video as an introduction to my YouTube channel. This is my project car. This is my 2005 Mercedes-Benz CLK55. According to the forums on MB World, they made 247 of these in the States. And they made a lot of upgrades from 2004 to 2005. I will go ahead and list those off now. So I actually used to have a 2004 CLK55 that I was going to build into this guy. So I'd purchased the brakes and the quad exhaust that this came with uniquely. But then I ended up purchasing this car about 2 months afterwards. So then I had sold that car. I'll throw up a picture now. But to start, the 2005, I could be wrong on this, but the 2005 CLK55 was the first year and generation and model of car that came with these larger 6-piston brakes. Otherwise, it came standard then in the 2007 63 cars. And the rear brakes as well were upgraded from, I believe, single pistons to 2-piston brakes as well. And the rims were upgraded from 17 to 18-inch rims. Some more upgrades on the exterior were the 2005 model, only coupes. The 2005 and 6 convertibles came with dual pipes, but the 2005 coupes came with quad pipe exhausts. As well in the rear, if you can see right down here, we have a heatsink that was introduced, I believe, as well in this vehicle that then came standard in the 2007 63 cars. I believe that is it on the exterior. On the interior, the 2005 had received a facelift radio, as well as facelift climate controls. Among other things inside, the dash was also upgraded from 160 to 200. This 200 mile per hour upgrade as well came standard in all 2005 cars, where 2003 and 2004 cars came with 160 miles per hour as the maximum on the tachometer. The drivetrain is exactly the same as the 03 and 04 years, except for in the 05 model, the engine cover has 2 AMG logos versus 1 in the middle like the 03 and 04 models. But besides that, everything else in the engine bay and drivetrain is the same. So in addition to everything I listed, this vehicle as well came lowered, I believe, 1.5 inches versus previous years, as well as came with a tighter steering angle and the power steering rack from the 2005 and 6 C55, whereas the 2003 and 4 CLK55 had the W208 CLK55 steering rack. Because of this, this car noticeably handles way better than my 2004 handled. Almost night and day difference. This car feels very planted, very tight in the corners, whereas my 04 car felt loose. Though I'm not sure if that was because of what parts are in it, or maybe I had not replaced something or loose bushings or something. But the 05 definitely is a lot better put together car. So regarding modifications, excuse the front seat there, I'm working on getting that replaced. Everything I've done so far has been cosmetic. This steering wheel I had upgraded to have actual paddle shifters compared to the buttons that I had previous, as well as I enjoy this design right here where my thumb fits in. I believe this was off a 2009 E350. Other modifications I have are I swapped out the center console with a 2006 CLK350. All 2006 and 7 model CLK W209s came with this sliding center console. I went ahead and made a video for this that I will upload after this guy. As well as I just vinyl carbon wrapped my center console just to see how it looks. And exterior wise, I just have the yellow side markers and I switched them out to clear. So from factory, this was a pretty optioned car with the chrome 18-inch rims as an option, as well as push to start, which we can see right there. This car also came with heating and cooling seats, as well as a rear sunshade, which was an option as well. This came with the Logic 7 surround sound and a, I believe, 7-disc CD changer, which was an option as well. So currently my plan for this car is I am swapping an M113K engine in, which, as most people know, is the same engine that is currently in this car, yet it is supercharged from factory. It has some slight differences, I believe, with the crankshaft being slightly lighter, as well as deeper pistons to have a lower compression to compensate for the boost, and possibly a few other things. So I pulled an S55 motor for my 2003 S55 a few months ago, and I'm currently in the process of rebuilding that. And I will jump over to my garage to show you guys what more modifications I'm going to go ahead and do to this car. So I forgot to add in my modifications, I had added this backup camera as well, which acts as a dash cam, in which I had to remove this panel, and I tucked the wire under here. I had drilled out the light, so I wasn't drilling into any metal, as that is replaceable, and it works great as a backup camera and a dash camera. So this is the dash camera as well. I'd consider this a modification. It is a red Tiger. I'm not too sure of the model, but it is definitely a necessary addition to any car. And now back at the house. This is the M113K engine that I had pulled from the S55. So I'm currently, right now, working on rebuilding the supercharger and replacing the valve seals, in which I diagnosed to be bad. It is a little bit higher miles, has 205,000 miles, but fortunately all the cylinder walls look great. The timing chain has all its tension, the cams, cam lobes, everything looks good. It has compression. I just have leaks out of my exhaust and intake valves, so I'm going to go ahead and replace my valve seals. But yeah, this is the engine. I still need to clean up a bit of oil on it. And then I have the 7226 transmission down below. I had pulled the blue top solenoids from this, so I'm going to go ahead and put them into CLK and get them coated in, probably towards the end of the swap. So for modifications as well, I have this OEM CLK63 front bumper that I was somehow able to get on eBay. Unfortunately, the shipping company had broken it, where it is severed right over there and right up here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on after I swap in the new engine, but I will need to repair this plastic. Here's the supercharger that I'm going to rebuild. Go ahead and paint it the factory colors. I have all the gaskets, and finally today this syringe had arrived so I can extract the fluid, and I'll be uploading a video on rebuilding the supercharger as well. I also have this Innovators West 168mm crank pulley that I had just purchased used on Facebook Marketplace. Thank God I was able to find that, because my current crank pulley is about to fall apart, or it already did fall apart, so I was needing a new one anyways. So for my exhaust setup, I have these long tube headers from Moscow Supercharge. Thankfully, I was able to source them used on Facebook Marketplace from a C55, so that saved me a lot of months and a lot of money, so I'm very thankful for that. So in addition to these, I'm going to include C63 mufflers. Excuse the spider webs and leaves and crust, as these are sitting under a tree outside, but these are my 2000, I'm not too sure, but they're my W204 C63 mufflers. I have them all the way down to the resonators, and up here is an exhaust from a CLS55 that I'm going to use the exhaust piping from, but these are going to be at the end of my exhaust setup when I finish putting in the engine. The headers and everything is going to be all welded up. Got my baby back on her drip charger, and I want to thank everyone for watching this video. If you made it to the end, I'm going to go ahead and try to document as much as the swap as possible. I have a gasket kit that I had made for this engine that I'm going to go ahead and share in the description. I'm going to go ahead and try to document, as I said, as much as possible. So for anyone in the future that needs to do this swap or wants to do this swap, they're going to be able to reference this video or this YouTube channel and have any troubleshooting. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out and ask. And thank you again for watching. Hope you guys have a good day.